Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So currently we are seeing the market pull back, and we have been watching a few altcoins to really kind of see where we could, see some major buying opportunities. Casper has been one that I have been watching very, very closely to see if we get back down to like the ICO pricing of about like 1.5 to 2 cent zone. That is where I personally am buying like 2 times my bag currently. I'm upping, my major buy zone, and that would basically be my last major buy on Casper, and like that would be like where I hodl until the next cycle does come. And are we going to hit like $1 plus that cycle? Yeah, I do think that we can very well possibly do so. I know that a lot of people have been concerned about like where the price is going. I think that right now, like if we actually take a step back and look at this market, like everything is a little bit unstable because we need to have stabilization in terms of price action on Bitcoin. I know recently with that jump up to like almost $24,000, or it was like $24,200 or something like that. A lot of people were very excited. And I did say like just prepare for a 180 turnaround to like see a pullback, and we basically did see that. But these are the two targets that I am looking at to buy, which is the 2 cent and the 1.5 cent zone. There's not any TA around this. This is just like the ICO pricing that I think that if we can get down to, that would be a generational wealth opportunity. And the reason why I say that is because like of going forward, I think that the price action around Casper is going to be something special. Now, we did see a major milestone being hit. We hit about 80,000 holders, and of course 3 days ago it was sitting at about 80,435. Currently we're sitting at about like 80,672. So not like a major change there, but yeah, I think that 80,000 holders is something special. I think that when I was initially starting videos on Casper, I don't even think that we're even close to 80,000. I think that we're maybe at, I want to say like 30 or 40,000. I don't even know what we were at. It was like back in October when I really started talking to you guys about Casper. So yeah, I think that 80,000 is definitely something special, and I think that's great. Now, I have been looking at the rich list. Now, right now, this website is very slow. I don't even know if this would load. I know that's been very slow lately. Don't know what's going on with Casper stats. Again, like this does load, but I was trying to look at the rich list, trying to get to like the top 500 just to kind of, compare and contrast like, how much you would actually need to be in like the top 500. But as you guys do see, very slow. It's not really kind of, loading for me. And this is just like Casper stats, by the way. Like my internet's fine. I've been, testing it. But yeah, I mean, at least to be in the top 60, for an example, you need about like 25.5 million Casper. So you can kind of assume. So here we have like the top 80, for an example, kind of load it. You would need about like 17.3 million Casper. So I would assume that like to be in the top 500 list, for an example, you'd probably only need about like roughly 50 to 100,000 Casper, which is something special when you actually think about it. Because like again, that's not like a major amount of money. I mean, just to get to like almost 200,000, I think it might be like $5,000 or something like that. I would have to calculate it, but yeah, it really kind of just goes to show you how early we actually are on Casper. But let's actually talk about a few things. So first off, we did get listed on yet again another exchange. This is on BitGet. You can now deposit Casper on BitGet. Trading and withdrawals will be enabled soon. More upcoming exciting news about BitGet Global and Casper collaboration. And of course, yes, this is probably one of the other like major largest crypto exchanges out there. Like this is sitting at about almost 400,000 followers. I don't know what it is in terms of like the exchange listing. Let's actually go see which one it is. So it's number 55 on the list with about 335 million almost 24-hour trading volume, 865,000 weekly visits, which by the way, if we actually calculate this and we actually go up here, like BitGet is not too far behind like some of the major leading exchanges like Huobi, Bitfinex, and also like other ones as well. So again, pretty good. And also like the 24-hour volume is actually pretty nice. Like I said, like if we actually look at the 24-hour volume, again, it's not trailing too far behind of some of like the major exchanges, sitting at about like 300 or so like million. Like here it is. I just seen it. There it is. So it's just sitting slightly under like crypto.com, which we know crypto.com is a very large exchange, and it's not too far behind like Binance US either. So again, BitGet is a huge exchange, great exchange for Casper to be listed on, and we definitely need more liquidity in anyways and more volume. So this definitely opens the doors for that. Very exciting. I remember when we first started talking about Casper, I think like the only place to actually get it was like Uphold, for example. Besides that, it was like other like very like you had to get it on like I think it might have been Uniswap. I want to say Uniswap, but I don't know. There was not a lot of places to buy. Now, since then, we have seen listing after listing, we've been seeing some major ecosystem growth. You love to see it. And we also do see over here from Forest Staking, Oracle bringing Casper Network to more and more, chains. And yes, we do see here down here, we are excited to announce the partnership between Cardia Chain and Oracle to launch the first decentralized bridge between Cardia Chain and Casper Network. This integration, will be done at the end of the month. Join a new cross-chain, trip. And yes, Oracle has been building continuously. Love the updates from this team. And you guys do see down here, like we'd like to announce that Oracle is having an airdrop for transferring the assets back and forth between 6 chains. You guys do see like all the chains there. And yeah, I think that this is probably one of the best projects on Casper, simply because this opens the doors for not only a lot more cross-chain interoperability, but it also allows for a lot more developers to build things on Casper. And of course, like this is a huge bridge between them all. And also, yes, we did see a new website launch. They did launch the Casper Blockchain IO, where you could check out projects and developments in the fastest growing ecosystem. I just shared with you guys this recently, and it's something special when you actually go to this website. I think that you guys should definitely bookmark this website if you do hold Casper, because this keeps you up to date on the ecosystem. And like I said, 140 plus projects already building on Casper. You love to see it. Very excited, and of course you guys can go through this and really kind of look at some of the projects. I think that's great. Now also, yet again from Forest Staking, check out how Casper Labs helped IPWE pioneer a better way to protect, license, and trade intellectual property, a real-world use case of blockchain technology on Casper Network. And yes, here we have the success stories. So you guys can go over here and look at some of the projects building out on Casper and their views and their thoughts on the entire process. A lot of them are great. Like for example, IPWE has over 300 new clients in less than 4 months already, which is awesome. And you can download these. These are like white papers, if you will, almost, where it kind of describes the entire process. But this is just one of many. Like you also do see like Metacask, Wise Art, D Music, Casper Punks. We also do see like Fuzhou Chain, Casper for Government as well. Like they break down all like the government use cases that we have been seeing, and then of course Wise.sat, and then of course Casper Punks yet again, and then we do see like the Casper Highway, and of course like the security audit. But I look forward to the day where there's so much more, success stories. Again, like remember, Casper is still very early. I think it's been like over a year now since it went live on the mainnet. I think it went live, I want to say, I'm pretty sure it was like around like March or so, or that might have been like when they had their ICO. So again, it's like about a year since then. So in just 1 year, we've been seeing some major growth happening. And we also do see over here from Just Jeremiah Crypto, Casper accelerating enterprise and adoption to blockchain highway consensus proof of stake layer 1. Spoke at Davos, working with BSN China, Casper 2.0 coming soon, dev friendly, promoting Web 3.0 adoption SJM group in UAE, dev/DAO in Switzerland, Casper Labs IBM. Now, I shared with you guys, I think I might have done a video on this specific tweet in the past, but the reason why I bring this back up, and the actual reason why I want to talk to you guys quickly about this is what I was talking about. So I think that there was yet again another ecosystem update from Casper where they actually updated this entire image. But the reason why I want to talk to you guys about this real quick is going back to the exchanges. I remember specifically, and you guys can do your research on this and actually look this up as well. Going back around like the 2021 timeframe, this entire ecosystem was it was something special. There was not a lot of names on here. I mean, like there was a few, but like when we looked over at the exchanges, there was only like Gate.io. Huobi might have been there. I want to say Huobi has always been there, but like since then we have added some major names like BitTrue, for example. I think Bitmart, MEXC, and a few other ones here as well, like even Crypto.com. I know that a lot of people were having some issues with that, but the ecosystem is continuously expanding on Casper, and very similar to like HBAR or XRP or any of the other tokens that I talk about. I always tell you guys, pay attention to the assets that are continuously building, continuously announcing, and developing during these times in this market. And this is one of them. And also, we do see from Casper themselves, Casper is an energy efficient solution. The network at 400 nodes is 47,000% and 136,000% more energy efficient compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin, respectively. Now, to a lot of people, this statistic does not matter, but to me, I think that this statistic is actually very important. We've been seeing many spotlights being put on POW networks, and really kind of more so putting a spotlight on like their energy efficiency, energy usage, sustainability, and this proves the fact that like where we are headed in terms of like an actual crypto driven world is going to be centered around sustainability and green energy efficient networks. And I think Casper being that, all while still having like predictable gas fees, is such a major move in this market as a major layer one. I know that a lot of people think that there's like way too many layer ones out there, but I think that Casper definitely has a respective, head at the table at around like the top 10 list, if you will. And funny that we actually kind of mentioned that, right? The reason why I bring this up is because going over here, we do see here from Casper Insider, market cap is a metric that you should, keep an eye out on when researching a blockchain token. Accordingly, we found that Casper Network has a ton of potential to grow in the future. And here we have, Casper compared to many other tokens. This is sourced through like CoinGecko. And the reason why I bring this up is because like we look at where Casper is compared to like Phantom, Cosmos, Near, Chronos, Tron, Avalanche, Polkadot, Solana, Cardano, BNB Chain, and even Ethereum. And the funny thing is that if we actually had the market cap of ADA, this would be a 100x opportunity, a $15.9 billion market cap, mind you. Now, again, this is going off of like ADA. Imagine if we just hit like the top 20 list, we would still be at a 23x opportunity. And I know that 23x to a lot of people might not seem like a lot, but this is like gains that you actually don't see that often in like other major markets. But to me, I easily see Casper over $1 plus, which is still a 33x opportunity. But I always kind of say like, our tokenomics compared to like ADA, for example, are very, very diverse. Even if you go off of like XRP is a direct 100x move. I think that this is viable. I think that this is something that is pretty conservative when you actually look at the market cap. Like a $16.2 billion market cap is fairly conservative for a lot of these major networks that are continuously building out and having some solid use cases like Casper is. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.